Jai Hind everyone, myself Deepthi Arora, Assistant Professor from MC Department, Ajay Kumar Garg Engineering College. Today we will discuss about Arduino Uno board anatomy. Arduino Uno boards are from IoT perspective used to design different IoT devices and how to assemble them. We use different Arduino boards. So today we will discuss about Arduino Uno board and about its anatomy. That means about its briefing, how that Arduino Uno board is look like and what are the different features that are enabled on that Arduino Uno board. So Arduino Uno board senses the environment by receiving input from many sensors and affect their surrounding by controlling lights, motors and other actuators. Actuators are those machines or devices that take input from the sensor and work according to them. That means they give output according to the input they get from the sensor. They perform the actions actually. So Arduino board, what it makes, it helps in sensing the environment by receiving input from the sensor and then affecting the surroundings by controlling the lights, motors and then actuators, different actuators. So we are having number of actuators like hydraulic actuator, pneumatic actuators, electric actuators. For different purpose we use different sensor and according to that we use different actuator. So Arduino boards are microcontroller development board that will be a heart of the projects. That means all the working of the sensors and actuators are controlled through this Arduino Uno board. This is the overall interface of this Arduino Uno board, and you can see there are different pins and different hardware devices that are enabled on this Arduino Uno board. So when making something, you will be building circuits. Anything you are building, that means related to an IoT device, related to sensors, related to actuators, related to different IoT devices, that means you are building something circuits and interfaces for that those circuits to implement those circuits, and for interaction telling the microcontroller how to interface with other components. The different components of IoT devices are there, like gateways, different IoT devices having different platforms running on them. So how to interact with those devices, this Arduino Uno board helps them to interact. So here the anatomy of this Uno board is there. You can see here is a reset button, a red color reset button, a TX and RX LEDs, digital IO pins that are from 0 to 13. Then power LED indicator, that means whenever you power on, that means it gets LED gets glow. ICSP pin, 80 mega 328 microcontroller. Here are A0 to A5 analog pins, then V pin, then ground connection pin, 5 volt and 3.3 volt output pin, reset pins, power button, voltage regulator, crystal oscillator, USB port and then reset again. So these are all the anatomies of this Arduino Uno board. Let us discuss about these different anatomies or devices, Arduino Uno board features in detail. So what we have done, we have numbered all these features from 1 to 17. You can see here, and starting from this 1, 2, 3, 4, we have numbered all the anatomies of this Arduino Uno board, and we will discuss them one by one according to the numbering we have put. So first one is power USB. So Arduino board can be powered by using the USB cable from the computer. That means it is a hardware. You can see this board is actually a hardware, and we have to put some software in it so that it can sense the input from the sensor and give the specific output according to the actuator. So what we do, we will have to program this Arduino Uno board. To program this Arduino Uno board, that means you are making a firmware here. So for making a firmware or to implementing a firmware into this hardware, we have to use a power USB cable so that it helps us to read the content of that cable. So Arduino board can be powered by using the USB cable for the computer, and for this powering we need to connect the USB cable to the USB connection. We have to give a USB connection to power the Uno board. Then power barrel jack. That means Arduino boards can be powered directly from the AC main supply by connecting it to the barrel jack. AC here represent the alternate current. So Arduino board can be powered, we can directly, without using the USB cable, we can already directly connecting the power using the barrel jack by using the alternate current main supply. Then there is a voltage regulator for the power supply. The function of voltage regulator is to control the voltage given in the Arduino board and stabilize the DC voltage, that means direct current voltage. That means to stabilize that. That means most of the fluctuation is just because of the direct flow of current. So what does this voltage regulator does is to stabilize the direct current voltages used by the processor and other elements, so that there is no different in the powers or fluctuators. So next one is crystal oscillator. The crystal oscillator helps the Arduino in dealing with time issues. So the number pinned on the top of the Arduino crystal is 16.00H9H. It tells us that frequency is 16 lakh hertz or 16 megahertz. That means this crystal oscillator tells about the frequency on which the time crystal oscillates of the Arduino boards. Then Arduino reset, we can reset the UNO board in two ways. First, by using the reset button, that is the number 17 on the board, and we can also use the external reset button using an Arduino pin labeled reset 5. So number 5 and number 17 can be used to reset all the functionalities of this Arduino UNO board. Now next one is pin 3.3. Supply of 3.3 output volt. If we want a output of volt supply of 3.3, we can use this pin 3.3. Next one is pin 5V. That is supply of output of 5 volt. If you want a supply of much output, you can use 5 volt output instead of using 3.3 volt output. Next one is for ground, GND. So there are several ground pins for the Arduino which can be used to ground our circuit, so that there can be no harm to the elements or devices that are using that pin. The proper voltage that flows into the ground, so that there can be no issues like shock or electric current flow. Next one is Win9. Win9 is also a pin used to power the Arduino board from an external power source like AC main power supply. That means what we have studied in previous, that whenever we use this power barrel jack, that is AC main power supply, we have to use this Win9 pin to provide the AC main supply. To give the power directly to the barrel jack, we use this Win9 pin. Analog pins, here are different 5 analog pins in this UNO board from A0 to A5. These pins read the signals from the analog signals. That means whatever the sensors, whichever the sensors are giving you the analog signal as an input, so these pins are used to read those analog signals like humidity sensor or temperature sensor and convert into the digital value that can be read by the microprocessor. So whatever the sensors input, whatever the input that sensors provide to the Arduino UNO board, that can be read only just by these A0 to A5 analog pins. Next one is main microcontroller. This is the main heart of this Arduino UNO board. That means each Arduino UNO board has its own microcontroller. We can consider it as the brain of our board. That means all the functionality of this Arduino UNO board is controlled by this microcontroller only. So the main integrated circuit on the Arduino board is slightly different from the other board. That is, board to board it changes. The microcontroller of one Arduino UNO board is different, maybe different from other UNO board. It might be same, but it depends from board to board what type of integrated circuit is used to design that Arduino UNO board. The microcontrollers are usually of the ATMEL company. This is the most used company that produces the microcontrollers for Arduino UNO board. We must know that IC our board has therefore lending up a new program from the Arduino IDE. That means whenever we program something, make a software or make a program through Arduino IDE, and when we start implementing that program into the Arduino UNO board, the main program that settles is in the microcontroller, that is IC of our board, integrated circuit of our board. This information is available on the top of the integrated circuit. For more details about the IC construction and function, we can refer to the data sheet. That means whatever be the data sheet for designing of the integrated circuit, we can find out the details of that IT circuit, what kind of data is there, what are the pins from there, when the IC is produced, what are the functionalities added in that IC, we can get from there. But whatever be the functionality we have added upon into through the Arduino IDE, we can implement only in this integrated circuit. Next one is ICSP pin. ICSP pin is a AVR, a tiny programming header for the Arduino, consisting of MOSI, MISO, SCK, reset, VCC and ground. So these all are the socket preparation things. That means for ground reference we are using, for reset, for other peripheral devices we use SPI, serial peripheral interface, which could be considered as the expansion of the output. For expansion of our output, or making our output device as a slave or master of the SPI bus, we use different programming headers for this working of this pin. Next one is power LED indicator. This LED is lighten up when you plug the Arduino into the power source to indicate that our board is powered up correctly. Whenever you give the power to the UNO board, the power LED indicates that now the power is supplied to the Arduino UNO board. Now you can do whatever you can want to implement on that UNO board. If that bulb doesn't glow, that means something is wrong. Check the connection. Next one is TX and RX LEDs. On the board there will be two labeled, TX for transmit and RX for receive. That means RX here is receive and TX here is for transmit the data. They appear in two places in the Arduino UNO board. First at the digital pins 0 and 1. This indicates that the pins are responsible for serial communication. Second, the TX and RX LED. The TX LED flashes with different speed while sending the serial data. The speed of flashing data depends upon the baud rate used by the board. RX flashes during the receiving process. Whenever the Arduino UNO board receives the signal from Arduino IDE or from sensors, whenever it receives, it always flashes the receiving process. That means it will be 1. Whenever it will be transmitting the data, it will be 0, and according to that transmit light will be flashing. And whatever will be the baud rate for transmitting of the data, according to that the light will glow. Whenever the baud rate is more, the light will glow very at the fast rate. Whenever the baud rate is less, the light will glow at the low rate. Next one is digital I/O, that is digital input output. So it has 14 digital input output pins, of which 6 are pulse width modification output, and these pins can be configured to work as input digital pins to read logic values. So whenever we provide the analog signal, they are from A0 to A5, we have studied using the analog input, and that can be converted into the digital outputs. So this is the digital input output pins, in which 6 pins are used for pulse width modulation, and rest of the pins are used to read the input and output digital logic values, or as digital output pins to derive different modules like LEDs, relays, etc. The pins labeled as this can be used to generate pulse width modulation. Next one is AREF. AREF stands for analog reference. It is sometimes used to set an external reference voltage from 0 to 5 volt as the upper limit for analog input pins. Whenever sometimes we want external voltage for reference, we use this upper limit for analog input pins for 0 to 5 volts. So this is all about this Arduino UNO board and its anatomy, its features we have discussed. Thank you.